நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது ஆம்ஸ்டாங் டிவி.
Produces sealed cover. He says, "Sir, I'll show it to you in sealed cover. Cannot show it to anybody." So that is, many judges fall for that. They don't say, "Listen, file an affidavit claiming this privilege." There is a provision in law for that, claiming privilege. But many judges get overawed. They simply take that sealed cover and think, "Oh, there's something so serious about it that we should not look into it." So it also comes from having a wide range of practice and fighting the establishment. So if you find the majority, I'm not saying all judges are like that, a good lot of judges are picked up from among government leaders, prosecutors. So they are less willing to question state excess or state authority. It happens. I mean, there were Earl Warrens. Earl Warren was not, he will go with the government of the day. He proved them completely wrong. We've had instances of judges who've been fearlessly independent irrespective of their past. But we're talking of the run-of-the-mill, regular judges who can easily get overawed if the government comes before them and says, "This is high security, defense of the nation," all of that. They should develop the ability to question even that. And as a High Court or as a Supreme Court, that is the power you have. After all, the government is accountable to the rule of law. And you as a court are to enforce that accountability. That's the primary role of the court, and I don't see why they should simply accept. Like if you look at the media one, sir, because you're from the media one case of Kerala, which went to the Supreme Court, they tried saying the same thing to the Supreme Court. All defense of the country, security of the nation. The Supreme Court saw through that. Saw through the materials and said, "No, we don't find these as acceptable explanations to why you're denying renewal of license to this media house," and allowed that petition. It's a wonderful judgment, answers the point you're making, but we need more courts like that to take this forward.
What is the main reason for delay of judgments? Because we have a DK Bosu 11 guidelines, then too we have a delay of judgments. What is the main reasons of the delay of judgments?
Yeah, several reasons. One, of course, is the overload of cases. See, judgment writing is an art, it's a skill. If I heard 5 cases today of reserved orders, tomorrow I hear 5 cases of reserved orders. At the end of the week, I have some 30 reserved cases, right? I'm supposed to start writing over the weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday. The first case I reserved. I've already traveled some 6 days away from that case, right? So I have to recall all those arguments, I have to write a proper judgment. If I want to write a perfect judgment, I can't write it in a hurry. Some judges have developed the skill of being able to dictate then and there. It happens with some years in the judiciary, but not all judges are well versed in that. Another factor is what happens actually in court. The role of lawyers is very little spoken of. It's as if the entire delay, the cause is only the judiciary. The number of lawyers seeking adjournments. If you're sitting in court and watching court proceedings, you will realize that. Adjournment sought by the defense lawyer or the prosecution. One or the other. So you have variety of reasons. Records not being ready. Witnesses not being ready. The CBI has a list of 80, 100 witnesses. If we supposed to produce 3, doesn't produce even 1. You have to adjourn it. So I'm saying there's such a whole variety of factors that contribute to delays in courts. We've, I think, unfortunately put the entire blame only on the judiciary, and we've not actually seen how many people are contributing to the delay. So I think it's a complex question, but the simple answer is overload of cases. It's like an overloaded vehicle. It comes there and drives, you can't drive that car beyond 10 kilometers an hour. So, the judge population ratio also is very low. So, and you'll be surprised to know it's not easy to find from among lawyers judges with the capacity to be a good judge. So that's a different task altogether. You need enormous patience listening to cases, doing the same things over and again from morning to night. So I can say now confidently after 17 years of being on the bench that it's a very complex question. We've tried to simplify that question and give a simple answer, which is what is leaving us all dissatisfied. We are hoping that better education and better awareness, there will be a refinement of thinking and a more mature way of responding to these situations. So we have to work at it. If we constantly work at it, we shouldn't be regressive, which is what the media is now doing. I'm talking of the major news channels, television, and all of that. Instead of helping us think more rationally, they are asking us to abandon rationality. That's a disturbing thing. But law students, lawyers, they contribute a lot to changing this perception of the society. So you have a big task ahead of you.
Thank you for the magisterial lecture, Kaushal. In fact, as an extension to that question, of late, you did speak about biases being formed, but there's also the problem of technology today that can actually exacerbate this problem, or is exacerbating this problem, deepfakes and all of these things. And I actually have a disinformation research group in London, right, where we are looking at it on a day-to-day basis. How does then the court regulate or legislate on this? Or
the court legislate. Let me make it very clear. The court informs itself. See, judges, we do go to judicial academies where there are short-term, courses or lectures given on newer developments in the law, including your electronic evidence, cybercrime. But we need to do it more intensively. So that's one way. You have a Tamil Nadu State Judicial Academy, you have a National Judicial Academy, and you have regional academies, like in Coimbatore, there's a regional academy in the Tamil Nadu Judicial Academy. So these places are where we hope to expose judges. We call speakers from different disciplines, even discipline of science, to tell us, or computer experts, to tell us how this technology works. And in court, you will find expert evidence. So that's what I'm saying. It's all about your own individual level of reading and ability to digest all these technical concepts. But it can only happen through greater exposure, greater learning, that you will be able to question even an expert, whether what the expert is saying is right or not.